The impact and influence of the Bhagavad Gita has not remained confined to Hinduism and India. It has crossed boundaries and inspired people of other countries as well, having been translated into 80 languages around the world. While Swami Vivekananda is credited with introducing the philosophy and teachings of Hinduism and the Gita to the Western world for the first time and with such huge impact, Swami Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness or ISKCON in 1966 to popularize Vaishnavism and has a huge following in the US, Europe and India. In 2014, ISKCON reported reaching a milestone of distributing over 500 million of his books, including his translation of the Bhagavad Gita. It is said that the Bhagavad Gita was Swami Vivekananda's favorite book, and when he was traveling all over India as a wandering monk, he carried only 2 books with him, the Gita and Imitation of Christ. Once when Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore visited a library in America and requested to see their most prized books, he was shown a rare edition of the Bhagavad Gita among other valuable books, wrapped delicately in cloth for preservation. American astronaut Sunita Williams, who holds the record for longest single space flight by a woman, carried a copy of Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads with her to space. Those are spiritual things to reflect upon yourself, life, world around you, and see things other way. I thought it was quite appropriate, she said while talking about her time in space. Many famous people, including philosophers, thinkers, writers, poets, scientists, social activists, philanthropists, politicians, and statesmen, have not only been inspired by the Gita, but considered it their guiding force in life and have quoted from it often. Here are some such luminaries. The father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, said, "When doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, and I see not one ray of hope on the horizon, I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find a verse to comfort me, and I immediately begin to smile in the midst of overwhelming sorrow. Those who meditate on the Gita will derive fresh joy and new meanings from it every day." Indian freedom fighter, philosopher, poet and yogi Sri Aurobindo said, "The Bhagavad Gita is a true scripture of the human race, a living creation rather than a book, with a new message for every age and a new meaning for every civilization." According to Albert Einstein, the most famous scientist of our times, when I read the Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything else seems so superfluous. I have made the Bhagavad Gita as the main source of my inspiration and guide for the purpose of scientific investigations and formation of my theories. Famous English writer Aldous Huxley said, "The Bhagavad Gita is one of the most clear and comprehensive summaries of perennial philosophy ever revealed, hence its enduring value to all of mankind." One of 20th century's major poets and playwrights, American Nobel laureate T.S. Eliot, was hugely influenced by the Bhagavad Gita, and it is reflected in his writings. he wrote, "You who came to port, and you whose bodies will suffer the trial and judgment of the sea, or whatever event, this is your real destination." So Krishna, as when he admonished Arjuna on the field of battle, not farewell, but fare forward voyages. Another famous American essayist, philosopher, and poet, Ralph Waldo Emerson, said, "I owed a magnificent day to the Bhagavad Gita. It was the first of books. It was as if an empire spoke to us, nothing small or unworthy, but large, serene, consistent, the voice of an old intelligence which in another age and climate had pondered and thus disposed of the same questions which exercise us." Another of America's most famous philosopher and essayist, naturalist writer, Henry David Thoreau, said, "In the morning, I bathe my intellect in the stupendous and cosmogonal philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, in comparison with which our modern world and its literature seems puny and trivial." German Nobel laureate in literature Hermann Hesse had said, "The marvel of the Bhagavad Gita is its truly beautiful revelation of life's wisdom, which enables philosophy to blossom into religion." Well-known English socialist, philanthropist, theosophist, educationist, and women rights activist and writer Annie Besant had said, "Among the priceless teachings that may be found in the great Indian epic Mahabharata, there is none so rare and priceless as the Gita." The American theoretical physicist Robert Oppenheimer is known as the father of the atomic bomb and was involved in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan during the Second World War. He had read the Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit and remarked that while witnessing the first atomic bombing, he was reminded of the words from the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna persuades Arjuna to do his duty. He said, "Now I have become death, the destroyer of worlds," citing it later as one of the most influential books to shape his philosophy of life. Oppenheimer later recalled that while witnessing the explosion of the Trinity nuclear test, he thought of verses from the Bhagavad Gita. Warren Hastings, the first governor of Bengal in British rule and the first Governor General of India, strongly supported Charles Wilkins, the English typographer and Orientalist who translated the Bhagavad Gita in English. It is said that Warren Hastings handed over a copy of the Bhagavad Gita, translated by Wilkins, to the chairman of the East India Company and said, "A performance of great originality, of a sublimity of conception, reasoning, and diction almost unequaled, and single exception among all the known religions of mankind." For celebrated Brazilian lyricist and novelist Paulo Coelho, the lessons of the Gita have profound significance. Standing at the edge of the mystery, Arjuna asks Krishna, "Who are you?" Krishna will not be straightforward and chooses to tease Arjuna. He says, "I am the blindness of those who can see. I am the eyes of those who cannot see." The Gita teaches you to understand the mystery, accept your destiny, and when there is a battle to face, to go forth and fulfill your task. When we consider that so many celebrities from the West have been deeply influenced by the Gita, we realize its unique universality. Thomas Carlyle, Matthew Arnold, William Wordsworth, Carl Jung, Walt Whitman, the list goes on. And they have all said, this book transformed their life entirely. Om Tat Sat. If you think my efforts are worthwhile, then do like, subscribe, and share with others the videos to spread the words of the Bhagavad Gita.